Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I just had to come here. It's not like I want to rant, but I think it's something that is happening consistently and we're not even looking at it. We're not addressing these issues because now everyone has a voice and there's a platform. Everyone can get online, can put stuff out there. So what is it? Why do we like comparison? Why do we like to copy? Why do we like competition? Why? Why? I want someone to tell me. So if you're also thinking about this, can you put it in the comment? I want to hear your thought. Why do we like to copy? Especially as business owners, why do we like to imitate what someone else is doing? Why? But you see, as I took out time to process my thought, I'll share with you why I think people like to copy. You see, people copy for different reasons. And even though I want to relate it to business, I don't want to take away the importance or the fact that human beings are the ones who run businesses. Businesses are not done by itself. You know, even though a business can sue and can be sued, but a business is actually led by a group of people. A business is started by some people or a person. So, and in a way, people bring their personality into business. But before I tell you why I think people copy, I want you to watch this video.
Davido or Burna Boy?
Davido.
Davido.
Yeah, Davido.
Why?
The music is more like international, more universal.
Than Burna Boy.
That's what I think personally.
Yeah.
I can't choose between two brothers. Why are we choosing between two brothers, man? Let them both shine, bro.
Yeah.
Did you get that? For me, what was striking was where the guy had said, why compare two brothers? Both of them can actually shine. And just to update you, the report now says there are 8 billion people in the world. What that says is that there are 8 billion ways of a particular thing being done. What that says is that there are 8 billion unique value humans in the world. I don't think we were created for comparison because there is something unique about everyone. There's something unique about every personality. There's something unique about us. But now I want us to go on because I did some inquiry as to why people copy. And let me share some of them with you. People copy, one of the reasons people copy is because they don't know who they are. Because if you know who you are, and if you know what you're bringing, or what strategy, or what your vision is, even as a person, it will also rub off on how you deal in business. You will know there is something about you that you bring. There's something about your value, your own style of value. Yeah, 5 people, 10 people, 50 people can play in an industry, but instead of focusing on copying, on comparing or competing, it is possible that everyone can solve the same problem differently. It is very possible that all 50 or hundreds or even thousands of people in a particular industry can have their own differentiation. Why are we always comparing Wizkid and Davido? Somehow, even fans just create this thing. It's annoying. People forget that these are different people with different style. Among the actors, there's a comparison. Among the singers, they're talking about terms and also comparing with our star. You know, there's always that comparison going on. So like I said, the first reason is because people don't know who they are. So I think people need to sit with themselves. It may not be a one-day thing, but people need to sit down and have that conscious questioning. Who am I? What is unique about me? What are my talents? What are the things I do very well and how I do them? What are my strengths? And yes, I have my weakness, and that is why I have my strength. And probably instead of focusing on your weakness, which is someone else's strength that you want to, you want to copy and begin to beat or compete with the person, why not focus on your strength and put your strength forward? Any other weakness you need in your business, you can always get it. So I think people copy because they don't know who they are. The second thing is subconsciously people have been trained for competition. From your early days, there's that competition going on among the neighbors' kids. There's that competition going on among you and your classmates. There's that competition going on among you and your siblings. Intentionally or unintentionally, there's just that competition going on. But you see, there's a point we come to in life, we have to sit with ourselves and say, this is me. There are 8 billion people in the world right now, and all 8 billion people, no matter how similar a triplet or some kids may look, they are not identical. They are unique beings, they are special masterpiece, or all 8 billion people. And I think that's what the world needs. The world needs to rub off on all of our individual greatness. So people copy because they don't know who they are. People copy because they are subconsciously, enabled to copy or to understand that a particular model is what is accepted. People copy, even body shapes. We are copying body shapes. We want to look a particular way. We are being influenced probably even by brands who design outfits in a particular way, forgetting that all people don't fall into that category of body shape. So we need to go from all of this to owning who we are, but we'll get to that. So I'm still telling you the reasons why people copy. The third reason why people copy is because they have a sense of someone else's strategy working. They have a sense, but that doesn't make it truth. The fact that someone's strategy is working does not mean it may work with you or your customer and how you solve problems for your customers. So the fact that someone's particular strategy is working, you don't know how that person arrived at that point, but you would look at what you see on the surface level and want to incorporate it into your business, or try to headhunt someone there, and you feel like, oh, we too can also copy this. That is the third reason. People copy because they feel that someone else's strategy is working, so they feel like they can just take it. Another reason people copy, the number 4th reason, is because people are not listening to their customers. They are not listening to their stakeholders. They are not listening to what people are saying around them, especially the people they serve. They are not listening to what is said and unsaid, either from their stakeholders, from their customers, from even their employees, from their team. They are not listening. I'll give you a little example. I remember one time my family had relocated to a particular environment. It was a new layout then in Jos. So there was this mini market, not market per se, but some women decided to just, put a little kiosk and they began to sell things. You trust women. So I started going there a few times and I would go to buy stuff. So there was a particular woman who I would call my customer. I would definitely buy from her. Every time I go there, it is because I want to buy things from her. So if I buy 6 different things from her, I may just buy maybe 1 or 2 things from her neighbor. And guess what? Her neighbor was selling fresh pepper and tomato. She would make the purchase. So when I'm paying, I just pay for everything at once. She would talk to the friend, okay, my customer wants so what of fresh tomato and pepper. So, and then she will realize that most times I buy a lot. So when I just buy, it's like I'm almost even clearing everything to sense that, it's like this tomato thing is working. She forgot that even though I buy all of the tomatoes, I'm not talking of all of her customers, me alone, I know what I buy from her. Most times in cash, in value, in monetary terms, hers is usually even more. And then that was how she incorporated the tomato thing. But guess what? Every time I buy the tomato, I would always complain. I won't want to stress the girl or myself at home, especially when I am tired from work and all of that. So I would want to use, probably at that time, many years ago, a more industrial grinder that would just, they'll just wash it for you there. Sometimes I even put water in the car, wash it there, and just when you get home, you just put it in the pot and all of that. So at the end of the day, what happened? She lost me also. Because I now decided, by the time I figured out that market, and it looked like it was bigger, even though it was farther, but I could get everything in one place. I then stopped. I will not come to her for even the things she has. I would just go to that place because it became like a one-stop place for me. I would stay in the car, place my orders, they would do it for me, and they'll bring it for me. And then a few times she saw me, madam, and I'll tell her, oh, sorry, it wasn't easy for me stopping or something, but she lost me. So this is it. People don't listen to their customers. They feel that instead of looking at their customers, they feel like, oh, let's look at what this person is doing. I don't know, they're not in touch with their stakeholders, with their employees. Sometimes your employees are giving you opportunity for innovative differentiation in your business. You're not listening. So that's one of the reasons. So another reason why people also copy is because they don't understand the vision for the business. They don't even know why the business was started in the first place. Because if you have to be tossed to and fro with what every other person is doing, that means you don't even have a vision, or you have lost touch with your own vision and your own mission and your own goal. Let it be clear to your team. Let them know what the reason for the business. I just gave you 5 reasons why people copy. I know there could be more. So now I want us to go into what you can do as a business owner, how you can set yourself apart, how you can differentiate yourself. To make it even very interesting, the Sustainable Development Goals, has put all of these issues in the world into 17. You can just connect with 1 or 2, depending on how you can. Just find a way, of aligning your business with one of these goals. And let it be that, you're not just in business because you want to be in business, but you're in business because you genuinely want to solve problems for people with these particular issues. We have gender equality, we have climate action, it can be sustainable cities, it can be anything. Just align your business. And if you start from there, you find out that it makes it a lot easier for you to differentiate your business. What can you do if you're stuck? Even though they say if you cannot innovate, you would die. So the best thing to do if you cannot innovate is to copy. But there is something you can do. And I'll start with the first one, the vision. Sit with your vision. Be immersed in your vision, not just you, even your team. As I was thinking about this now, I said, what if you go to some organizations now, you see beautiful arts, you see beautiful drawings and paintings. I'm already thinking, what if people begin to design paintings, with the vision, the mission, the goal, the core values of businesses, immersed into those paintings. So as people look at these paintings, they look beautiful. As they are drawn to them, they are also able to, have a snapshot and then quickly read what the business is about, what the goals of the business is about. I was just thinking about that. The Bible says, write the vision, make it plain, so that those who read it will run with it. So your vision is not something you write down somewhere and forget about it. You need to sit with it so that it helps you stay laser focused on what you're actually doing, on the problem you're actually solving. How you can continually evolve, in your strategy of addressing that problem. That's one. Number 2, begin to transform your mind. Because, like I say, many of these things happen subconsciously. Some people don't even know they are copying until someone calls them out. And the thing is that customers know. Customers are watching. If you see brands imitating each other, even if the brands are not telling each other you are copying me, the customers who are supposed to patronize these brands, who have this pain, they know who is copying who. They know who the leader is. They know who actually had innovated first in that line. I remember there was a time I got, in a space of 6 weeks, I got mails from different fintech brands. All 3 of them had just introduced the same thing around the same time. And I laughed. And I'm like, what is this? Is it for survivor? This is the thing. Begin to transform your mind. Begin to become more conscious as to why and how you're actually doing what you're doing. Transform your mind. Look inward. Because that's where innovation comes from. Look inward. When I say look inward, look inward. Sit with your customers. Ask them. Ask them. So begin to transform your mind. Then the third one, I would say listen to what is said and unsaid. Listen to your customers. Listen to your stakeholders. Listen. Sometimes people don't even read the news. They don't even watch. They don't even know what's happening in their industry. Be aware. Listen. Informations are going around, that can transform your business, in a very innovative way. But many times we are not listening. So we need to listen. Listen to your customers. Listen to your stakeholders. Listen to your employees. Ask them. Many times as the boss, you may not even interface with some of these processes or these people directly. Listen to them. You may be stocking a particular brand and probably all your customers have been crying was a particular one you don't even want to sell. Probably because you don't even like it personally. But maybe just asking the people who interact with your customers at the frontline staff, you'll be amazed at the things they will say to you. Or if you put out a survey or something, if you cannot do expensive R&D, there are different ways, Then another thing, invest in these informations. you can't, some people don't buy reports. Some people don't even listen to, they don't know what is happening in the industry. You can invest in industry reports. In the industry you play, there are reports released, if not yearly, maybe biannually or something. Invest in these things, know what is happening, know because these people do this research and then prepare this report, and probably, yes, most times they sell it. Buy it, it's not so expensive, because if you want to carry out those research yourself, you'll be amazed at how much it will cost your business. But you can buy this report, being released in your industry. Follow some platforms. You need to know, you need to be abreast, because the world is evolving. So you need to, that is how you begin to develop yourself, and it will help you as to how you innovate your business. The last one, which is the very, very big one, when you innovate, when you do something new as a business owner, be loud about it. If you don't pick any other thing, be loud about it. Because, right now, the world is so big on what you're projecting out there. If you bring an invention, no matter how simple you think it looks, have a media conference, have a press conference. If you bring an innovation, no matter how simple you think it looks, have a media conference or a press conference. If you cannot pay for that, pay bloggers where your customers would likely visit, to read their content. Pay bloggers, micro bloggers, pay them to announce these things that you have introduced, to announce your innovation. There is something it does. When you do this, even if someone copies it, you have put it out there and you were loud about it. I remember I launched a brand about over a year ago. It was just a simple handbag, it was simple but quite innovative. I don't think anybody at that time was doing it in my country. So when I launched that handbag, I made a big show out of it. If you change your packaging to a more sustainable one, and imagine in your industry right now, everybody is making liquid hair wash, and you decide to make your own in form of a bar, and you say the reason is because you want to reduce waste. You don't want to use plastic bottles. You want to have them packed in paper and all of that. If you don't make noise about it, people will just copy it, and when they copy it, they will make noise about it, and then it will look as if, oh, you were the one who copied. So don't forget that when you innovate, no matter how simple, because I'm going to also tell you the different areas you can innovate in your business. Many times people think it's just products. You can innovate in different ways. So be loud about it. So these are the areas in your business you can innovate. Most times people think it's just, oh, see that product she has introduced, let me go and copy. But no, that is where people focus on most times. But you can innovate in the process. You can innovate with technology. You can innovate in the supply chain. You can just figure out that you can even overhaul your business model completely. Let me tell you, there's one time I wanted to buy hair online, even though it was scary. I realized that people kept complaining, but after we are paid, we have not seen this hair. And I began to think, what if another person in that industry began to think of how they can shorten the time frame for which their customers actually get the hairs they pay for. If other brands were doing 5 months, or 5 weeks, what can you do about the supply chain process? How can you just differentiate your brand in that place to satisfy your customer that even in 1 week their hair can come? It is possible, but you have to be ready to give yourself to this thing. Don't say, that is how it is. Everybody is 5 weeks for it to come. See, people don't. The truth is because people have a limited mindset, a fixed mindset. Their mindsets are not flexible. And innovation has a lot to do with flexibility. Don't say this is how it has always been. It can be better. Innovation is continuous. It doesn't stop. Even create a particular niche of people you begin to service in your industry. Let me give you an example. Recently, I saw an advert. A particular brand, a furniture brand, had introduced rentals. Would you ever have thought of it that the furniture fittings in your house can actually be rented, like your bedding, your bed furniture, your parlor furniture, your kitchen furniture, your wardrobe, and all of that? So now they don't want to even sell to you; they are renting it to you. You know, when I saw that, I was so wowed. I was like, wow. I went back, I looked at their brand, I was like, wow, this is so beautiful. Guess who they put forward as people they want to serve? People who are expatriates, who come into a particular environment and probably maybe just need to work for about six months or 8 months, and after then they return back to another location. Why would they want to? Why would you want them to buy all of those things that they are not going to use for a long time? So now it's on rental basis. After you rent it, if you decide to keep it, they have a process of doing the calculation and you just pay up the balance. But now it's on rental. So after 5 months, you can decide to say, oh, I want to change my parlor fittings. They take back their furnitures from you that you rented. They take back those furnitures from you and send you another furniture. Isn't that lovely? I was like, wow, this is so beautiful. You know, that is such a remarkable innovation. I would never have thought. But to tell you, people are thinking, people are listening to their customers. Probably a few of your customers may have bought furnitures before, and then they have reached out to them. Is there a way you can sell? You can help me sell this off? Even though now we have a lot of people who run clutter businesses and all of that, but this brand is saying, okay, right now, just take our furnitures on rental. When you finish with them, we can have them back. Or if you decide to own them, you can. Even though they are actually targeting people who are experts in the environment, but you know, this can actually work for anybody. There are some people who just like to, it helps their mind, it helps them, you know, with their stress and all of those things. It's healing for them. They just like that change. Maybe after every 8 months, they want to, you know, just have that change in their space. Until you begin to understand that innovation is endless, you will not stand out as a brand. You would always, and the thing with copying is that you would always be behind the brand who is innovating, because it's like you're waiting for their next move before you take a leap. And most times it's like you begin to crawl into it. You begin to, you know, you try to want to figure out, okay, how do we go from here? How do we not go from here? How do we, you know, and it's scary. It's a state of confusion, and I don't think anybody should be there, you know. So comparison steals your value, it steals your uniqueness, it steals your worth. Until we understand that we're in the world to solve problem and do it in a collaborative way, we would stop the whole copying, competition, and all of those things. Bring your touch, and the world will be blessed for it. I hope this makes sense to you. Thank you for staying with me. See you. Bye.